Words. Words. Why don't you accept that what we did was boldness on our part? Don Francisco, your courage against backward people is not in question. History is for distorting the facts to morally subdue a race that innocently let the old world rape the new world. Unfortunately, mankind keeps on sterilizing the annihilation of the Indians, of all the Americas. Man of the future. That happened 500 years ago. Do I complain about the Moors who occupied Spain for 7 centuries? No. Because in the end you won. Whereas, we are still under the shadow of the usurpers who are now in us. I hope that in this encounter, conqueror and conquered mend their wrong deeds, so that you can save your souls, and the Indians regain their dignity. To accomplish that, we need your help. How am I going to help? I am as dead as the dust that you are stepping on. As dead as you are, let your soul make me understand why I feel so remorseful for something that happened so long ago. Man of the future, what you need to do is to think of yourself as the very Spaniard who conquered you. Why do you have to identify with the vanquished? Who in the world gives a damn for an Indian who doesn't rise above his Indianism? Stop calling yourself Indian or mestizo. No one does. That thinking is what I would like to change. Mierda. History will take its course regardless of what you write or say. You must do as I did, kill for gold, fight for glory, and the apostles of religion will redeem your soul. As it is, I cannot let my name be used, out of all things, to regain the dignity of the Indians. Do you think that any Spaniard or for that matter any mestizo or even an Indian is going to help you in a hopeless cause? Instead of whining, you should pick up the sword and fight for justice. Don Francisco, I was hoping that the soul changes with our death. I see that I am wrong. Yes, you are. Only through our actions one can right the past. Speaking of action, it is time to go and meet that Indian who calls himself the Lord of the world. For 5 months they had been scouting the coast. On September 24 they left San Miguel de Pura, arriving at a valley where they established another city, which was closer to the ocean. In this reverse of the times I encounter Atahualpa. I see that you are now the Lord of the Empire. Yes, man of the future. I am the Tichi Capac. I was on my way to Cuzco to make it official when the strangers appeared. I don't know who they are, or what are they here for. I have to decide what I am going to do with them. They have already ransacked the coast. Why are you procrastinating? If history was reversible, you would have already destroyed them. As a man of war, I am intrigued with their scepters of thunder. And their swords. If I had those killing instruments, I would be the greatest warrior ever. That is why I am wondering how to get what they have. But, I will not go to the coast to apprehend them. They have already made alliances with the coastal people. You should have helped them when they were asking you to get rid of the intruders. It is too late for you to do anything. I will wait for the bearded men in Cajamarca, where I will take care of them. Rumanawi. Go to Cajas and Huancabamba. Once there punish the people who have allied with HUÁSCAR, and invite the strangers to come to Cajamarca. The invading forces arrived at Pabur, closer to the Cordilleras, where Francisco heard reports of Atahualpa's troops. Soto, go up to Cajas and see what is happening. I will be waiting for you in Saran. With 50 men, Soto climbs the Cordilleras and he finds the city destroyed, but the temple untouched. The Spaniards take the 500 virgins of the sun to the center of the plaza, and in plain light they rape them. Afterwards, they continued to Huancabamba on the Great Royal Road, so spacious that 6 horses could gallop abreast. Although surrounded by Rumanawi's troops, Soto's men were not harmed. 8 days later, they return. What news do you bring from the Andes? Francisco, there are so many warriors, I don't see how we are going to fight them if they attack us. I received their emissaries who asked us to return the gold that we took from the temple. Soto, I wonder why Atahualpa's warriors didn't confront you. His troops were not after us, they were after their own. They killed more Indians than we could possibly do ourselves. The way they did it is something that I don't want that to happen to us. Capito, there is an embassy bringing you gifts. Francisquillo, open those packages and see what is in them. Capito. Look at these 2 miniature fortresses carved in stone, and these smoked ducks without their heads. I don't understand. Atahualpa has been providing us with all that we need. Food we have. These presents tells us something. I think these 2 fortresses means their strength, and the headless ducks what he is going to do to us. Francisquillo, give these mirrors for the messengers, and this silk shirt for the Inca. With the new intelligence, the Spaniards continued. 5 days later they arrived at Cinto, where Pizarro sent a young noble to tell Atahualpa that he was on his way to see him. The invaders continued to Sana. Hernando, what to do? We are at the intersection of 2 great roads. We either continue to Chincha or go east, where Atahualpa is. Francisco, we already made contact with his emissaries. Why not proceed to Cajamarca?